You don't need to dedicate 8 hours a day to one project, but you can still carve out dedicated time for your most important work while slamming the door to distractions and interruptions. So I suggest that you start with an hour or two a few times per week and then set it on your calendar. Cal Newport calls this process deep work. And in his book, he argues that the most effective way to produce high-quality output on a project is to routinely dedicate chunks of time to its accomplishment. Now, this is contrary to how most people that I encounter in the marketplace actually work. Instead, they do their thinking in the cracks of their already busy meeting schedule or in between the more urgent emails that are building in their inbox. Now, I've personally experienced the same effects through long periods of uninterrupted and focused time on a project. I've found that assigning time blocks to specific projects or tasks is often more effective than putting them on task lists. Why? Because it gives me permission to focus on one thing at a time. Now let's be real. Brilliant work is expensive because there is a lot of churn. Now, oftentimes it may take 2 hours in order to get 30 minutes of solid productive work done. And that's because there's always a task switching penalty that has to be paid. You must be willing to invest large chunks of time in yourself and in your work. You know, efficiency is great when you can achieve it, but you cannot sacrifice long-term effectiveness on the altar of short-term efficiency. So here are 3 things that I do that you may find useful. First, choose a particular project that's important to you and dedicate 3 blocks of time, at least an hour each, this week to working on it. Now, I've talked before about the power of time blocking. It is the gift that keeps on giving. Next, during that time, I want you to turn off all notifications and, if possible, remove yourself from potential distractions. Think of it kind of as a do not disturb sign all around you. Flush everything out of your mind except for the tasks that you're focusing on. And lastly, if something comes up that could interfere with your plans, then politely decline and say that you already have a commitment during that time. Saying something like, "No thank you, I'm already booked," or "No thank you, I must finish this first," is often more powerful than you know. It actually gives you the freedom to focus. So in short, if your work is important to you, then it deserves dedicated time on your calendar. Let me say that again. It deserves dedicated time on your calendar because it's an investment in yourself and in your body of work to your success.